same part of the mind only to
why I am making you go back again and again. I am because the we is a concept which is beginning to be coming because of the mind. Okay, I am is the ego first, and I am become the sakshi. So from many to it has to become one and none. Okay.
So the chanting is happening continuously.
Okay. Now what difference does it make in your life?
Mind is not going into any negative thinking because it is always engaged, trying to remember this, trying to be in the present, trying to be aware of all these things. So it is not going into any like any situation or happenings, even if there is something negative in that.
I never told you to do any chanting.
No,
right? Mine is a system of practice of awareness.
It is, that is what
right?
I wanted to know, Guruji.
Everything which is mechanical, I am trying to say, just be aware. Okay, I am not saying nothing wrong in getting chanting, but that itself is not the practice.
But it is, that's what I am observing, that it is coming.
I become aware of that. Okay.
These 2 weeks I am very much aware about the things I do.
So what is the effect of that in your life?
ನಾನು ಕಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅದು ನನ್ನ ದೇಹ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಇದು ನನ್ನ ದೇಹನಾ?
ಈ ದೇಹ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಏನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನನಗೆ
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಗಮನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಏನ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ?
ಅದೇ ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಗಮನ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಡೈವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನನ್ಗಾಯ್ತು. ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೈವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನನ್ಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ ನೋಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ.
Conflict ಅಲ್ಲಿ
what is the conflict?
Conflict is this: I am talking to you. Am I talking to you? It's my mind which is talking to you.
Correct.
Okay. And this mind has various layers in it.
Layers and layers. Exactly.
It gets distributed in different things. So the awareness becomes very insignificant in this. Many times it gets occupied. It becomes the mind.
It identifies with the mind. Right? So actually, what you call as samsara is identification with something which you are not. Right?
Yes.
Gradually you have to peel off and stay what you are. Okay? And that what you are includes everything. Right now, it's like this. This finger is a part of me, but I am not finger. Like that, as you peel your layer and come back, then whole existence you become you. Otherwise,
difficult and miles away from it.
It all depends on the process. Okay, it all depends on the process. I have initiated a process.
Yes.
Okay, the process, as long as you are in the process, don't worry about the goal. The process is right. Okay, you are actually becoming more and more aware. Okay, this is a process. I'm not promising you a goal or destination. The being in the process itself is the path. Like people say, going to let's say yatra sthala. Okay, you were going to, let's say, Chardham. What people think that flying from here, going there, having darshan and coming back is yatra. No, the process is the yatra. Okay, so the yatra is the process. In the journey, what happens? So many layers of the mind will peel off, will appear to your consciousness. Okay, don't expect a saying that end point. Be in the process. In the process, you understand how many layers are coming up. Okay, how many things are getting peeled off, and the more you become aware, they become separate from you. Unconscious will separate out from you. You get established in that pure consciousness by simply being in the process. I'm not speaking of a practice or technique or anything. Any technique you do, I don't mind. But as long as the awareness is there, that starts peeling off. Because we become aware, how many times we are unaware? Well, I'll tell you. Once Buddha was walking, okay, and mosquito flew on his face. He did like this, okay. After mosquito was flying, and he just walked away. Then again he came back and stood there and did like this. Then Ananda asked him, why are you doing? So Buddha said, first time when mosquito came on my face, I was not aware. Okay, to remind me that I have to be aware, I came back and did like this.
But if you see in that spectre, you see only minds talking to you. If somebody says Narasimha Prabhu, I see only his mind.
Yes.
I don't know his background, his address, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, it is his mind. If I say Koma, okay, she yoga and other things. It's her mind, what I see.
Exactly.
Similarly, my mind.
Yes.
I hear you through my mind and I speak through my mind.
My mind is a question mark. That will answer that. I would question that. My mind, I will question that. Okay. Right now, I'm taking for you are I'm accepting what you say. My mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this becomes everywhere. It's mind. I'm floating in the world of mind. If in seeing anybody, it's mind.
Right.
It's mind. It's not the person.
Yeah.
How do I reach to that person?
There's no reaching to the person, because that person is you. There's no other person.
Okay.
That's you.
Okay.
There's no reaching. There's only being.
Okay. So this we are stuck in this mental world.
We means who?
All the people who are practicing it.
Don't generalize.
See, you may be an exception.
No. I'm saying
you may be an exception. You are all in my process. I love that. I speak on behalf of that.
Madam Satya, are you in that process? Are you in that part of me? No, she denies.
May not be. I'm not representing her. You are all in my thoughts. I represent them. Individually, if you corner them, they are scared.
I don't hit hard, okay? I am gentle.
Fear of getting targeted is so good. You cannot hit them.
Yeah, see, the world is nothing but the mind.
Yeah.
Okay, the mind is nothing but the world. They're one and the same, right? But you are not the mind. You are the observer of the mind. You have to come to the stage. Then there is a separation, thin separation between the mind and the self. That's called ego. There's a wedge. That ego wedge removes, the mind also becomes you. Okay, right now there's a wedge. That's why you say this is mind and this is the world and this is me. Now that wedge, when it goes, you are also the mind, you are also the world, you are also the body, everything is you. Okay, it has to come to that stage. First, a process of withdrawal, then a process of releasing that ego, and then process of becoming one.
So release the as
I have set in a process, okay. I'm making more and more aware of what is reality. Right now, there's a video also, you'll see that. Gradually, whatever I'm giving, okay, every part of that, every class is self-contained. Depending on which stage of evolution you are, any class will be sufficient for you to cross over. Okay. It is not that I have an end goal. Every class is giving pointer to what is reality. Whether you catch the pointer or not, I don't know. So I am giving again and again pointing what is reality. It's not a goal-oriented class. It's a process-oriented class. Yes, madam.
First 5 days, I started marking.
Okay.
I had not been marking previously. Mentally, I would be doing.
Right.
Then you said you have to mark only, then it is. So I took a piece of paper and I would mark every time I become aware of the unawareness. Or sometimes I'm aware what is happening, but I'm identifying, or I become aware of the identification process, so I mark it. So those 5 days awareness was very high. I noticed mind is playing games in few tricks it has. Actually.
Right. What are the few tricks? What are the few tricks?
So one trick is it will start dialoguing. Dialoguing will start. In dialoguing, there are 2 kinds. One dialoguing is whatever happened previously.
Right.
I rewind. The mind will rewind because it has something to learn from there. Something didn't go properly, or I felt I didn't speak correctly to that person, I didn't communicate properly. So then the mind will rewind, and then the intellect will say, you could have said it like this.
Yeah.
Or you could have done this, then that would not have happened.
How many people notice this?
All of it.
All of you.
So that learning process, that rewind is necessary.
Right.
It is a learning process.
Right.
There is another rewind. The other rewind is going back and then feeling either self-pity or anger or frustration or something with that situation. So it will simply go on kaya karadanga.
Correct.
Going on doing the same thing again and again and again because you're too identified with that problem. And you want to keep that, the mind wants to keep that problem alive.
Yes.
And the way it keeps it alive is by going back, and dwelling on it.
Mind is not actually is your enemy. Okay. Mind is just a servant. It is just bringing to your notice what are pending items. Okay. And the pending items is coming because it thinks that it is important for you. Once you become more and more Sakshi, mind that there is a clear understanding mind what is important for you. Sakshi is not bothered about anything. Because you are getting involved, mind says, okay, don't think that mind is enemy. Mind is doing its job.
So that was one thing. The other thing is sometimes if I see something, then internally I start describing it to somebody.
Right.
Sometimes it may be to you also. I am noticing something happening inside. Then I'll start dialoguing with you.
Right.
Inside. Or sometimes with Vasu inside.
When you say I, it is a mind. Use the word mind.
Yeah, the mind will start dialoguing. Or sometimes with my daughter. It will start with that particular person. I think that person will be interested in this.
Yeah.
Then that dialogue will start.
Correct.
Description will start.
Right.
It is again projection.
Correct.
I will do this and that person will say this, then I will say this and that person will say this. So it goes on like that.
So you are becoming aware of the mental dialogue. Right?
So that is one dialogue.
Earlier you were getting involved in that. Now you are becoming aware of that.
Yes.
Awareness is freedom.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the different kinds of dialogues that I noticed. Then one more thing I noticed is by association the mind starts jumping.
Correct.
From one thing to another.
Right.
Just to give a, this is not an actual example, but that day Vasu had left his umbrella here. And he came next class.